Rebecca and Boosie from Baton Rouge.
It's a new semester of television news through a new lens with a new team of UL Lafayette broadcasting students working behind the scenes and on the scene, bringing you important, inspiring, and entertaining news, all about life in Acadiana. We are TV 308.
Welcome to TV 308. I'm Jonathan Bulott, your anchor for the first segment of our newscast. Thank you for joining us. A woman shopping for a car takes it for more than just a test drive, leading to a nearly fatal crash. Also, if you love a seasonal latte, prepare to pay a little bit more. Also, should a local university require staff and some students to take a COVID-19 test? Your news starts now. A high-speed chase across 2 parishes involving 4 police departments and a woman shopping for a car. The car is left totaled and the theft suspect is behind bars. Lane Middlebrooks has that story.
Rebecca and Boosie from Baton Rouge has been charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, aggravated flight from an officer, and 4 counts of aggravated criminal damage to property after she allegedly stole a white 2019 Ford Fusion from the dealership.
I mean, don't get me wrong, things happen, strange things happen, but nobody comes in, sits in a car, thinks they own it, and almost runs over us and flies out the parking lot like a bat out of hell, basically, so.
AOC Dominique, owner of Dominique Auto Sales, says he never had something like this happen in his 15 years of business in Opelousas.
Some strange woman just walks up, gets in the car. We all like, what's going on?
Dominique says by the time employees started to chase Boosie, she had already made it through town and was heading towards Interstate 49. 4 police departments were involved in the 140-mile-per-hour chase that crossed into Lafayette Parish but ended back in Opelousas.
The police tried to stop the vehicle without deadly force, but when she jumped the median and started heading the other way, head on into traffic, the vehicle becomes a deadly weapon at that point. And then that's whenever shots were fired.
Even though the car is totaled, Dominique says he is happy no one was hurt, and he is no longer going to leave car keys in their cup holders.
In Opelousas, Louisiana, I'm Lane Middlebrooks, TV 308.
Coffee drinkers, listen up. The cup of joe that you love might just cost a little bit more. Roasters have seen a spike in transportation-related costs, and they plan to pass it down on to consumers. Companies like Folgers and Dunkin' parent company J.M. Smucker have also faced supply chain challenges amid the pandemic, and price increases are projected to be anywhere around $1.15 per pound. Are things returning to normal for college students? That's the question. The answer comes from LSU's president after revealing the campuses on. I apologize. Coming from LSU's president after making a statement recently explaining the university's fall semester plans. As Madeline Cerner reports, LSU might look and feel a lot more like life before COVID-19. Should UL Lafayette do the same thing?
UL Lafayette recently implemented a new policy stating that all faculty, staff, and student workers must get mandatory random COVID tests. Eventually, students will have to fall to this new policy as well.
In a way, it's a good idea to random test students, faculty, and staff, because you never know whether or not they contracted the disease, and they may not be being as safe as they should.
While some students agree with the university, some also do not think it is a smart move.
Probably not, but then there is the fact that there are negative and positive results that can be coming out, and that there is also false negatives.
I think the random COVID testing is not very beneficial to faculty and staff and students because it takes the freedom away from them and their privacy and their medical privacy away. And I just don't think it's a very smart choice for the university.
Even though some people may think it's an invasion of privacy, the university is firm in their decision to lower the number of positive individuals on campus. For TV 308, I'm Madeline Cerna.
Coming up after the break, find out how relocation helps college students deal with depression. Also, we hear how college entrepreneurs are running their businesses during COVID-19. And the new iPhone 12 might cost just as much to repair as it does to own. Lena Foster has those stories and more when we return. Stay with us.
At the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, our Raging Cajun spirit goes beyond athletics.
Could COVID-19 affect more than your physical health? A study from Brigham and Women's Hospital and Boston University's School of Social Work shows a correlation between the virus and relocating. Students who needed to relocate were more likely to have depressive episodes due to the stress and anxiety because of the change of their environment. Do you have what it takes to ace your midterms? As Isabella Rossiter reports, making the grade comes down to finding the right atmosphere and much more. Here's the story.
In a week, the library is going to be very popular. Thousands of students are preparing for midterms. Here's how they plan to stay focused.
To stay focused, I'm coming to the library more, actually printing out all the work that I need to study. I'm also partnering up with other students.
Stevenson says she also uses the library computer as opposed to her own electronics as a way to limit distractions.
To prepare for midterms, I'll usually start preparing ahead of time just to make sure I don't wait till last minute and procrastinate.
Because the library is quiet, Fry says it's the best place to study.
And focusing on the end result, really.
Andrew Middleton also recommends taking a 30-minute break every 3 to 4 hours of studying in order to keep your mind alert and fresh. Isabella Rossiter, TV 308.
Small businesses know too well the good, the bad, and the ugly on a different level because of the pandemic. For student entrepreneurs, surprisingly, the timing could not be better. Here's how some UL Lafayette students are balancing business and the demands of the semester. COVID-19 has challenged student entrepreneurs to adapt to their new circumstances by taking their businesses and their dedication to the next level. Student entrepreneurs like photographer Yusuf Davis balances business and his mostly virtual class schedule.
It's been hard, but I've been able to figure it out by just being very meticulous with my calendar, being very meticulous with my own time management, but I also don't sleep, so there's that.
Kelsey Daniels is a UL Lafayette student too, but she's also a digital student entrepreneur for an investment company.
With online school, that has been helping because I'm always in my workspace.
Davis and Daniels are two of the many success stories experts say are flourishing despite COVID-19 challenges. According to the New York Times, entrepreneurial activity has increased along by 24% since the pandemic.
And this actually caused my business to boom, believe it or not, because more people were attracted to other sources of income.
People are gonna need headshots, they're gonna need event coverage, they're gonna need all this stuff regardless of what's going on.
This has been Lena Foster with TV 308. The new iPhone costs nearly $1,000. If you drop your phone, repairing Apple's hottest new gadget is going to cost you more than what you expect. Travion Collins has the story.
Our phones are our world, and when we drop them, everything comes crashing down, especially the prices.
A cell phone hitting the ground is the sound no one wants to hear, especially college students like Deontay Binden, who often rely on their phones for everything.
I usually connect my phone to my laptop to read passages, do quick math, and for basic communication.
Apple is doing math too. When it comes to repairing the new iPhone 12, customers like Binden should prepare for sticker shock. Apple will now charge customers up to $500 for the most common repair, rear screen damage. The new iPhone 12 costs up to $800. Jake Stubbs says that is too expensive.
I think that it's kind of ridiculous having to pay like that much for the back of your phone when the whole phone costs like a little bit more than that.
Apple offers a coverage plan for damages called Apple Care. Keelan Thompson thinks paying for the plan is a waste of time.
It's still like I'm paying for something that's not really, damaged or anything like that. So
Rufus Nuargo says Apple is worth every dollar it charges for everything.
Definitely, for sure. See, I know these things about Apple, but I still very much love Apple. They've never disappointed me.
From TV 308, this is Trevion Collins.
When we return, a former LSU football coach is in trouble. Will Louisiana gain a former Super Bowl champion as its new quarterback? A new video game has problems. Lane Middlebrooks with that and much more when we return.
At the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, our Raging Cajun spirit goes beyond athletics.
The University of Kansas and its head football coach Les Miles have agreed to part ways, leaving Miles out of a job and the university looking for his replacement. The reported mutual decision comes days after sexual harassment allegations were revealed in an LSU report released last week. The 2013 internal investigation accused Miles of inappropriate behavior towards female LSU students. LSU plans to conduct a full review. The Saints are cutting players to save money. The team's all-star quarterback Drew Brees has yet to officially announce his plans for his future with or without the team. As Brees makes everyone wait, a talented quarterback may be next in line to take the black and gold to the Super Bowl. Zane Hogue has that story.
NFL quarterback Russell Wilson said that he would accept a trade to 4 teams to play next season. One of those teams puts him right here in Louisiana with the New Orleans Saints.
With the 75th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Russell Wilson, quarterback, Wisconsin.
After 9 seasons and a Super Bowl championship with the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson hinted he is ready to move on to a new team. Saints fans like Joshua Guidry are optimistic.
I mean, I feel like it'd be a really good asset to the team. I mean, he did good for the Seattle Seahawks. I feel like he'd do great with Drew Brees and all the rest of the team. I mean, good player, good team.
While the chances may be small, Kalen Rudd is definitely willing to accept Russell Wilson as the new quarterback.
Man, if he came to the Saints, I feel like he'd get us some rings, personally. I mean, Drew Brees, he did his job, played his part. Like, we just need somebody to fill those shoes, and that's the perfect one.
Even New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell hopes Wilson makes New Orleans his new home. Take a look at her recent Twitter invitation to the Wilson family.
I'm LaToya Cantrell, mayor of the city of New Orleans, and I know, Mr. Wilson, that you will be a great addition to the New Orleans Saints.
Zane Hogue, TV 308.
Cyberpunk 2077 is not supposed to be laughable or disappointing, but that is exactly the way many video game lovers feel about the game released a few days ago. From a generic storyline, basic, missing graphics, and a complicated glitch, the $40 to $60 price tag doesn't seem worth the time or the money. Video game developer Marcin Iwinski identified the in-game streaming system to be the main culprit of problems for the game. Iwinski acknowledges the problem and says that he is already working on fixes to improve the game on consoles. That's our news. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like us on Facebook at UL Lafayette Broadcasting. I'm Lane Middlebrooks for TV 308.